Eternal life has been mortal's quest since for eternity, really. The concept of living to see every advancement of human society has splintered into literature and folklore in many different ways. Perhaps the most beloved lore that's been spun out of eternal life has been the vampire. The vampire is probably most appealing because the vampire isn't hugely enviable, so it is not a wish fulfillment fantasy. Talking about fantasy, here is the fantastic 3 vampire movie list for your scare. On number 3, I have Fright Night, which was released in 1985. Fright Night is a gleeful connector between the cinema of voyeurism that Brian De Palma had perfected at the beginning of the 80s with films like Body Double, Blowout, and Dress to Kill, and the teen comedy that consistently pitted the less popular boys and girls against their accomplished counterparts. Oh, and it featured a delightfully hammy performance from Roddy McDowall as an actor who kills vampires on TV and is sought by our teens to vanquish the suave vampire who lives next door, taunting them by having a new female over every night. Tom Holland's film was better as a 2011 remake, but the original is a nice time capsule that used horror as the connection to adolescence and peeping. On number 2, I have Vampires, which was released in 1998. The second best of John Carpenter's interesting but largely dramatically lacking 1990s output, Vampires expresses a kind of hard-nosed brand of badassery that other directors have attempted to pull off but few have ever even brushed off against. James Woods is Jack Crow, the leader of a gang of vampire slayers who are all but wiped out completely when they come up against Jan Velek, a powerful bloodsucker looking for a talisman that will allow him to walk freely in sunlight. There is no attempt to make Crow into a role model. There is not even a minute trace of sentimentality in the production on the whole, really. And it's that simplistic, skeptical perspective that gives Vampires its undeniable edge. The film is shot well, strewn with good use of gore and impactful action sequences, and sports a solid cast that also includes Mark Boone, Sheryl Lee, and Maximilian Schell. All that's great, but the near textural feeling of Carpenter's mind at work in every frame that makes vampires unique, a subgenre that so often feels plain. On number 1, I have Byzantium, which was released in 2012. Neil Jordan has double-dipped in the vampire genre, and although his Interview with the Vampire is his most well-known work, we are giving his visually arresting but chillingly distant Byzantium the nod here. Handsome as Interview is, and important for showing the eternal sadness of vampirism, Byzantium bears more of its soul. It's one of the few films that show vampires not as upper-class blood drainers but as members of a scrappy lower class. Told from the viewpoint of a forever young vampire who only preys on those already at death's door. She writes about her vampire mother as half tragic, half inspiring, because she's a woman who's never been able to evolve beyond the world's oldest profession, but who also chose to become a vampiric being when that was reserved solely for men. So that was it. I believe this list is capable of pleasing your mortal urges. Let me know if it did or not, and stay tuned for more updates.